Non-probability sampling. This technique does not guarantee equal chances of selection for all members of the population, which therefore can introduce bias into the results. Non-probability sampling techniques may introduce bias, as we said earlier, but it can be useful in certain situations where probability sampling is not feasible. Non-probability sampling techniques are often quicker and more cost-effective than probability sampling techniques. We use sampling techniques because we cannot study the entire population, especially in studies that involve larger number of persons, where everyone in the population cannot be studied. So we use non-probability sampling to select our sample that will be involved in our study. However, every person in the population of interest under this probability sampling technique do not have equal chances of what? Selection. Number one method in non-probability sampling is convenience. From the word convenience, researchers select participants based on their ability and based on their availability and accessibility. This method is quick and easy, but may not be representative of the entire population. Therefore, it can be biased. Convenience sampling is a type of non-probability sampling method where the researcher selects individuals who are easy to reach or readily available. So here, let's say you want to carry out a research on women of childbearing age, and you set out to go and share a questionnaire, as commonly seen in most universities. Instead of reaching out to the women of childbearing age, just see ladies on the street to give your questionnaire to fill for you, or female students to fill the questionnaire. That's an example of convenience sampling technique. So the steps involved is identify the population, determine the population from which you want to draw your sample. This could be a specific group of people or a particular location or any other defined group. Then select the sampling location. Choose a convenient location where you can easily access potential participants. This could be a public place, online platform, or any other setting where your target population is present. Recruit participants. You approach individuals who are readily available at the chosen location and ask them to participate in your study. You explain the purpose of the research and what their involvement will entail. Then you collect data from them. That is convenience sampling. People that are available, just use them for the study. The next method is purposive sampling. Here, researchers select participants, or in this method, researchers select participants based on specific criteria relevant to his research. This method is useful when researchers want to study a particular subgroup. Purposive sampling, also known as judgmental or selective sampling, is a non-probability sampling technique where researchers select specific individuals or groups based on a particular characteristics or criteria. So here now, the researcher would develop a set of criteria that it is only people who are this, who are that we are going to include in this research based on what? Judgments. The step involves determining the specific characteristics or criteria that the participants must possess for them to be included in your research. This can be their expertise, experience, knowledge, or any other relevant factor. You select your sample. You reach out to those participants who have these characteristics. Explain the research objective and the procedure and other relevant details about the research. Then, if they agree, you collect data from them. That is judgmental or purposive. Okay, let's say you want to carry out a research on attitude, knowledge and attitude of pregnant women towards exclusive breastfeeding. You might just reach out to nursing school or health school and administer the questionnaire to females there. Because based on your judgment, you believe that are being taught in the school. So they will have a good knowledge about it. That is judgmental or purposive sampling technique. The next is snowballing sampling. Here, participants refer other potential participants, creating a chain. This method is useful when the population is hard to reach or to identify. Snowballing sampling is a non-probability sampling technique, often used in social sciences and other fields, where it is difficult to identify or assess a specific population. For example, prostitutes or with ladies who commit abortion. They cannot come up openly and say they are doing this. So you need a technique like the snowballing to identify these ladies. What are the methods or procedure involved when you want to use this technique? First of all, you will have to identify an initial participant who belongs in that target population. This person often is known as a seed participant. Then you interview this seed participant, collect the data from these seed participants. Then you request that seed participant or initial participant to refer other potential participants because they know each other, they know where they meet, they know where they meet, what they do. So that seed participant who is a member or who has that characteristic of interest will now link you to the next person who meets up also the criteria of what you are looking for. Okay. Now the researcher then contacts the referred participants, also collect the data from the participants. This process continues as each new participant refer more individuals to the study. Hence, snowballing. One person to lead to another person until you're able to get all the persons who have these characteristics. Then you collect your data from these participants through their referrals. So that is snowballing sampling technique. Quota sampling. In this technique, researchers divide the population into subgroups and then set quotas for each group. Participants are selected based on these quotas. Quota non-probability sampling is a method used in research to select participants based on specific criteria or quotas that need to be filled. The steps involved include you will have to identify and define the population you want to study. You are going to define them based on certain characteristics you are interested in. It could be age, it could be economic level, it could be educational level, it could be a particular disease condition. Then when you have identified this population and defined them, then you set the quotas. And these quotas are those characteristics. You group them one by one: age, gender, income level, educational level. They are now the quotas. Then you decide a particular location or areas where you will conduct this sampling so that every person that will be involved in this research will have to belong to any of these quotas. Then you recruit participants from this location into your sampling. You collect data from them. Then, while you are collecting data and recruiting, you monitor these quotas to ensure that participants are meeting the desired distribution for each characteristics or each quota. Then, if they are not meeting up, you can adjust your recruitment strategy to ensure that the target individuals who fit in those characteristics are recruited. Take, for example, a public health researcher wants to study the prevalence of diabetes among adults age 40 and above in a specific urban area, he will have to define the population by one. He defines the population as adults aged 40 and above living in urban area. That is the what definition of the people he is interested in. Okay, and these people are chosen based on this specific health problem they have, diabetes, in older adults. That is the definition of people he wants, right? Now he begins to identify the quotas. The quotas are the characteristics these persons have. So he decides it based on demographics, such as the age, gender, income level, and educational level. For example, the researcher may want to ensure equal representation of both genders, female and male, different income level, poor, rich, educational background, primary, secondary, and tertiary. These are what quotas. So you want all of them to be equally what represented in that sample the researcher is selecting. Now, the researcher selects sampling location within the urban area where he is going to meet these individuals 40 years and above who are likely having diabetes and who fall within these quotas of age, sex, educational level. Those who are 40, those who are 45, those are 50, those are 60, those are 70, those are 80, female, male, who has primary education, secondary education, tertiary education, who are rich or poor. These are the quotas. So you will look up where the researcher would be able to assess these persons. And this could be in community centers, yes, health clinics, senior citizen centers, or even residential areas where there are high concentration of older adults. Then the researcher recruits participants from the selected sampling location. He approaches the individuals who fit in any of these quotas he has set, ensuring that there is diversity in the sample based on his identified what characteristics. Then the researcher administers the questionnaire or so carry out the survey or interview or even health screening or even existing medical records to assess prevalence of what diabetes. While he is recruiting and administering his record questionnaire, the researcher will continuously monitor throughout the recruitment process to ensure that there is a balanced representation of different characteristics in the sample. This helps in maintaining the diversity needed for a comprehensive study. If there is no balance, the researcher would adjust so that all the quotas will be met. This could be in form of targeting specific groups within the population that are underrepresented in the already recruited sample to ensure a more balanced sample. So that's all about quota sampling technique.